Hello students, in last class we have completed the part 1 of data visualization using PyPlot, in which we have covered the line chart and scatter chart and another one is bar graph. We have discussed three topics in our last video, that is part 1 for the data visualization, in which we have seen what is line graph, what is scatter graph, what is bar graph, and how can we create those through Python matplotlib library. And we have discussed the various kind of properties like setting the title, x limiting the x-axis, setting the labels for x-axis, y-axis, adding the legends, and modifying the widths. So all these things we have discussed in previous video. If you didn't watch, please watch this video first and get back to here. In this video we are going to discuss 2-3 important topics, histogram that is histogram and then we will see some properties of the histogram. Then we will see the frequency polygon. Then third we will see the box plot. So mainly we will discuss these 3 topics in this video. So let's get started. Okay, first we will see what is histogram. Histogram is very similar to what we have discussed in previous class, that is bar graph, but it is also a graphical representation of distribution of numerical data, but what is it is basically used to distribute to represent the continuous variable, the variable whose data is continuous. And to see the quantitative analysis we use this graph histogram. For example, let me show you. There is an age of the students, like 12 age student, 13 age student, student 2 has 13 age, let's suppose student 4 has 14 age, student 5 has, so let's suppose student 4 has age 12, let's suppose student 5 has the age 13, student 6 has the age, let's suppose 15, student 7 has the age, let's suppose 18, student 8 has the age, let's suppose again 14. So if the data is given like this, and what we do in histogram, we show the data with their frequency. What is the meaning of the frequency? Let's suppose, what is the frequency of 12 in this? Frequency of 12 is how much time the 12 is repeating. 1, 2, 2 times it is repeating, so the frequency of 12 is 2. Okay. Similarly, we calculate the frequency of 13. What is the frequency of 13? 13 is repeating how many times? 1, 2. So frequency of 13 is also 2. What is the frequency of 14? 14 is repeating how many times? 1, 2. So the frequency of 14 is also 2. Let's suppose we have the 15. Then what is the frequency of 15? 15 is not repeating any number of times, it is only 1. So we will set the frequency 1. 18 similarly only doesn't repeat it, so 18 will have the frequency 1. So first, before drawing the histogram, it is basically represent the continuous variable. Okay, so what we are doing, we will follow these steps. We will first step is to bin the range of the values. Like for 12 age students we will have 2 frequency, 13 age students we have 2 frequency, 14 age students we have two frequency, and 18 age students we have the two frequency. So what we will do, we will create histogram in such a way that we will define some ranges. Let's suppose 0 to 10. The students who have 0 to 5 age will come in this, then 10, 5 to 10 age number of students will come here, then 15, then 20, like this. We will create some bins of different, like 0 to 5 range students. How many students are there in this data set whose age is between 0 to 5? No data is there, no student is there, so there will be no bar. Then how many students are there between 5 to 10? 5 to 10 is also no student, so there will be 0. 10 to 15, 10 to 15, how many there? 10 to 15, if we count these, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 7, so 7 students are having the 10 to 15 range. So we will draw a bar like this up to 7. Okay, then 15 to 20, 15 to 20 we have only 1, that is 18, so we will draw a bar up to 1. So this is how we draw a histogram. First we will calculate the ranges and their frequency. Then if there will be a difference of 1 between the each range, let's suppose we have created a range such like that there is a difference between the 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, then we would count these frequencies. So here we are getting the range 0 to 5, 5 to 10, so we need to count accordingly how much number of elements, how much number of students age is between 0 to 5, how many number of students age between 5 to 10. We cannot skip those, like we cannot skip, we have to show that 0 to 5 data is, there is no student between 0 to 5, there is no student between 5 to 10 age. So this is how we represent the histogram. So first we will define the range of values like this. We have defined 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. These are known as bins. Divide the entire range of values into a series of intervals. We have divided it like 0 to 5, 5 to 10. Then second step, then count how many values fall into each interval. So like we have counted, given 0 to 5 there is no value, 5 to 10 there is no value, 10 to 15 we have counted these values and we have shown that these are 7, and similarly for other ranges like 15 to 20. So the bins are usually specified as consecutive, no overlapping intervals of a variable. We cannot do like this 5 to 10 and then 9 to 14. We cannot do like this range. Equal range distribution should be there. Okay, between the two ranges, upper bound and lower bound, like there should be difference of equal number of, like I want to say like 5 minus 0 should be 5. Okay, and then 10 minus 5 should be 5. So this number, the difference between the two elements of the range should be equal for all the intervals like 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. This difference will always be 5. Such kind of distribution should be done in histogram, otherwise there will be overlapping, and overlapping is not allowed in histogram. Keep this in mind. So we can move ahead now. We will see what is the basically difference between the histogram and bar graph. Generally questions may be asked in this examination also. Bar chart basically represents a categorical data, like we have the population of 5 different cities, and like Delhi, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Kolkata. Then we will see the population of the Delhi, let's suppose Kolkata, let's suppose Mumbai, uh, and there might be some gap between the two bars. There might be gap between two bars in bar graph, but as we know, in frequency distribution or in histogram case, we don't have any gap. If there is no data, then we will still show its position like this. That shows that 10 to 20 is 10 to, between 10 to 20 there is no element in this distribution. That shows this. So there is no gap in the histogram, but there is a gap in the bar graph or bar chart, because we show the data category wise. Here like Dhoni score, like in one match Dhoni has scored 65, Shikhar has scored 45, Rohit has scored 50, Virat has scored 90, and Sachin has scored around 85. So we are showing these data category wise. But in case of frequency distribution, we will show the data to show their frequency. How many number of elements are there between 0 to 10 range, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and so on. So this is a major difference. So we can study bar chart may represent the categorical data. Data has some labels associated with it like this: Dhoni, Shikhar, Rohit. They are usually represented using rectangular bars. These are the rectangular bars with length and proportional to the values of their represent. Length of the bar will be depend on the value that they are representing. Like it is representing 65, so the length will go up to 65. It is representing 45, so the length will go up to 45. It is representing like 50, so it is going up to 50. So this is how the length in the bar graph is calculated. While in histograms, on the other hand, it is used to describe the distributions. Given set of data, what are their distribution? Distribution means between 0 to 10, how many numbers are there? Between 10 to 20, how many numbers are there? Between 20 to 30, how many numbers are there? Between 30 to 40, how many numbers are there? Such kind of distribution is shown through the histogram. So keep this in mind. Now we will see how can we create the histogram. For the, as we have seen in our last video, for creation of the histogram we will use the matplotlib library. Import the library first, then we will create some data. In the last class we have seen the bar graph, line chart and scatter chart. We would have the two data sets, x for x-axis, another number for y-axis. But in case of the histogram only, for histogram we will have only one data set, because one data set we will count the frequency and then display the distribution of the numbers like this. Okay, so let's suppose we have this data element. Ignore this data for now, this is mistyped I think. Now we are taking the data 5, 15, 25, 35, 45 and 55. Let's suppose this is the data, and we have created the bins. How many bins? 1 bin, 2 bin, 3 bin, 4 bin, 5, 6 bins we have created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bins created, and weights are given for each bin. Okay, weight means how much the size of this bin. Okay, so let's suppose 5 to now what we will do first, we will draw the bins. We will draw like this, and we will draw the bins here. Like this is 0, then this is 5, oh sorry 10. We are taking the interval as 10, then we are taking 20, then we are taking 30. So this is how we need to note down the frequencies, note down the intervals, or in technical language in this chapter it is called bins. This is how we will create our bin. We will create bin, then how we will display the bar. Now count in this data set how many number of elements are there between 0 to 10. How many number of elements are there between 0 to 10? Only one element, but weight is assigned 20, so up to 20 it will be displayed like this. How many number of elements are there between 10 to 15? Only one, and but weight is assigned 10, so it will be displayed up to 20. So if we assign the weight, then the graph will show up to this particular weight. Okay, just let's suppose this is 10. If we don't assign the weight, then it will always be counted, the number of elements between 0 to 10 will be counted in this data set, and corresponding value will be displayed. Now the 25 In 22, 30, how many elements are there? One element is there, and its weight is assigned 45, so it will go up to 45 like this. This is how it is represented. Now if we want similarly for this 33, we will represent like this. 33 will be somewhere here, then we will have 6, 6 will be below 10, then we will have the 8, then might be below top of this like this. So we have displayed this histogram, there is no gap, and we have used the weight as the frequency in this particular example. As color is red means the color of this particular bar will be shown in red. You have noticed it like this. There the bars of the graph is shown in red color, so this is edge color. You can change the color of the bar by specifying the color attribute. We have seen this attribute in our last video with bar graph. How can we, like, if you want to change the color it to red, then you will pass like this. Okay, so if you want to change the width of these bars, then you can use the width, and width equals to whatever width you want. Let's suppose 1 by 2, then the width will be reduced. If you want to change the orientation, if you want to draw it horizontally, then you will pass the orientation equals to horizontal. In case of bar graph, we have the separate function like bar h, but in histogram it's orientation attribute we can use, and we will pass this orientation attribute as horizontal to draw the horizontal bar graph like this. Okay, you will write complete horizontal spelling. I don't have the pen currently. Soon I have ordered. As soon as this pen will come, we will our writing will be smooth. Okay, so and last we will do the plt dot show. It will show this graph. Okay, let me move ahead. Now we will see the frequency polygon. Frequency polygon is basically very similar to the histogram. We will use the same function hist to draw the frequency polygon. We don't use any other function, but the step for drawing the frequency polygon is to pass the hist type equals to step. Then we will see the frequency polygon kind of distribution in the histogram. So frequency polygon is a type of frequency distribution graph. It is also a type of frequency distribution graph. The number of observation is marked with a single point. In this the observation are marked with a single point, which is the midpoint of the interval. So this is the midpoint of the interval. This is the another midpoint of the interval. This is the another point of the midpoint of the interval. This is another midpoint of the interval. This is another midpoint of the interval. So we will draw the midpoints and connect those midpoints like this. This is frequency polygon. This is how we need to connect, and like this, and then we will like. So this is the frequency polygon graph. So frequency polygon, first draw the histogram and then calculate the midpoint of each interval and then mark those and connect like this. So this is the example of the frequency polygon. To draw the frequency polygon, we will do the same thing as we have done in the previous examples. First import the pyplot. The question is rarely asked on this frequency polygon, but still we need to prepare it. What is frequency polygon? Question 2, theoretically it may be asked that what is frequency polygon. Draw polygon and draw its diagram for some data set. So you can do like this. So we have created 10 bins, 6 bins. We have assigned the weight. So according to weight, we have created the histogram in previous slide. Edge color we have shown the red, and his type equal to step, then it will show look like this. And we will mark the midpoints and draw this. X label, you can set the X label, then value will be printed here. And if you set the Y label probability, then probability will be written here. If you had set the title of the this graph is a histogram or anything, then it will display that at the top. So remember the 3 properties. And last method to draw, we use the plt dot show. So that much if you know, it is sufficient for your exam perspective. Now the last topic is box plot. Box plot is also a visual representation of statistical. It basically used to show the statistics of the data set, like what is the minimum value in that particular data set, what is the maximum value in particular data set, what is the first quartile, or we can say the lower quartile, what is the third quartile, or we can say the upper quartile of the number set, and we will see the, at last we will see the median of this number set. We use the box plot to represent the summary of the particular data set, like minimum, maximum, first quartile, that is lower quartile, third quartile, that is upper quartile, and median, that is second quartile. To display this much information, you will use the box plot. Generally the theoretical question may be asked on this topic, so you should remember this. This is the mean line that is shown in the red color here. So we will see how can we display this mean line and that things using code in the next slide. Now we will see how can we plot this particular. First of all, you need to import the matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Then you have something like this data. Then to draw the box plot, you will use this box plot function. And if you set this data here and show means equals to true, then this arrow like thing will be displayed. If you mark it false, then this arrow like thing will not be displayed. This represents that the median of mean of this particular data set is lies here. Okay, so this is the maximum position, this is the maximum number in data set, that is representing I think 95. So maximum is represented like 95, and we have this upper quartile. Upper quartile is somewhere like 78 or something like, or it is like 68 the upper quartile. And here it is lower quartile lies between 45, around 45. So lower quartile is around 45, and we have the mean is around 60. Mean is around, or median we can say, is around 60, we can say. And the minimum element lies below 30, that is I think 25. So using this box plot, we can see the summary of the data, what is the maximum, what is the minimum, what is upper quartile, what is lower quartile, and what is the median or mean of particular data set. So for that purpose, you use the box plot. You can create the box plot using Python code. You can use this code, and plt.show will display like this. Okay, there are certain properties attached with this box plot, like notch equals to true, then this this plot will look like this. This plot will look like this. If you set the notch equals to true while passing the box plot, while using the box plot method, then it will look like this. So if you pass the notch equals to true, then it will be like this way it will be drawn. Box plot will look like this. Okay, and if you want to draw it like vertically, then you will say horizontal equals to false. If you set horizontal equals to false, then the same graph will be drawn like this, vertical. Okay, so you can set these, you can remember these two properties also. Sometimes question may be asked. Show means I have already told, to represent the mean of that particular number set, you show this particular mark in this box plot, then you use the show mean property. Okay, that's all for today's discussion. If you have any doubt, then note down the slide code and email me your problem. I will get back to you. If you have any suggestion in this video, you can send me on this email ID. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.